Hello everyone and welcome back. I am as always Inquisitor Ara, and this is how to actually roleplay in World of Warcraft. Now that we've talked about setting yourself up, picking up your race and your class, working on your backstory, and getting your roleplay add-on, either TRP3, My Roleplay, or XRP, at least started, it's time to start talking about actually roleplaying. Now, I've had a ton of questions about actually role-playing over the past several months. How do you start? What do you do? Where do you go? Well, here is where we start answering those questions. But first, let me start off with a little note. I can tell you one thing for certain. Every roleplay server is slightly different, so don't expect everyone to act exactly the same way. This will give you, however, a good idea on how to actually jump into the role-playing pool and succeed no matter what server you choose to roll on. Also, everything I'm telling you here are tried and true methods that work. This is what I did when I started RPing, so keep that in mind. These are all things I have actually done and still do. They do work. They might take time, but they work. The first and probably the hardest part about just starting out as a fresh role player on a role-playing server is the dreaded walk-up. This will be the focus of this video because 90% of roleplay starts with the walk-up. Despite the seemingly overwhelming social anxiety associated with walking up to total strangers, this is actually the best way to start establishing yourself and your character on a role-playing server. And while, yeah, it can seem daunting, it is the best way to jump into role-playing. It really is quite simple. You just have to remember to be patient. Go to a high RP location. This place will vary server to server, but the Valley of Honor, specifically the Wyvern's Tail, and Silver Moon City are hot spots on Wormrest Accord Horde side, and both the Cathedral and Mage Districts in Stormwind on Moonguard Alliance side are usually pretty packed in the afternoons and evenings. The next thing you have to do is pull up a seat somewhere and observe. Sit back and watch what's going on around you. Yes, this kind of does mean eavesdropping into conversations, though anything said in Say or Emote is open to the public. Consider it less eavesdropping and more getting a feel for the social terrain. Listening and watching what people are saying and doing goes a long way to helping you establish the scene. You may not know the players, but you'll at least understand what's going on around you. Make sure you take your time with this. Gather as much pertinent information as you need. There is no need to immediately jump into RP in such situations. The more you know and understand about the scene, the better off you'll be. If you find a good point to interject, do it. Role-playing isn't about being a wallflower, it's about interacting with other people. Though it is important to understand where and when your input is wanted or needed, however. Generally speaking, anything in Say or in Emote is open to the public. If you want to have a private in-character conversation, do so in whispers or in party. But not all role-players stick to this. If they're sitting far away from other social groups, your best bet is to just leave them alone. That being said, a lot of RP groups sitting in social areas are more than open to others just hopping in. Of course, none of this really helps you if you are naturally a very shy person or you are playing a shy character. If this is the case and you prefer to be engaged instead of engaging, make sure you make a note of it in your RP mod. People are not going to know if you're open to walk-ups unless you tell them. Most of these social cues we use as people don't apply in RP because body language really kind of isn't a thing in the digital universe, at least not the typical unspoken body cues you get from your friends and your family when you're discussing things with them. The best way to in character let someone know you're open to RP, but you want to be engaged outside of your note in TRP or MRP is to emote it. /say and /emote are your best friends in RP, and especially the /emote. This is the only way to indicate body language and positioning in the game. All you do is hit /E and type in whatever it is that you're doing. Emotes are extremely versatile, and they will go a long way to helping you establish exactly how you're feeling at a given point in time. You can describe being fidgety if you're nervous, or crossing your arms over your chest if you're closed off, or sitting back and relaxing if you're feeling more open-minded. You can use the emote system to denote exactly what your body is doing while you are saying certain things. And don't be afraid to use the emote tool to say that you appear to be relaxed while actually saying something. The text won't show up as white, your speech text won't show up as white, which is normally what you would see if you just used /say, but it doesn't make a difference. People are going to be paying attention to it. Emotes are a really great way to help develop your character inside of a social situation. All of this being said, the walk-up is what I would consider to be the base of the entire role-playing experience. This is where most of your beginning RP experience is going to start, and you'll keep coming back to this as you grow. This will be how you meet your guild, most likely. This will be how you make most of your RP friends. This is how you interact. You start an interaction with a total stranger in RP, is the walk-up. Not only is the walk-up the very base foundation of what I consider the RP experience, it's the heart and soul of everything that takes place on an RP server. And there's really no wrong way to do it. As long as you take the time, be patient, see what's going on, taking the walk up and making it your own is going to be no problem. It's the best way to get started in RP. It's just to walk up to somebody and start talking to them. It might seem hard at first or scary, but it isn't. You just have to do it. And over time, I promise you, it will get easier. Well, that is going to be it from me for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, if you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. I also have a Patreon. The link is in the description box below, as well as up in my channel header art. So if you want to help me improve my video quality, make sure you stop on by and donate. Remember, your donations go directly to things to improve the quality of my videos and may lead to more videos per week. Anyways, guys, thank you again so much for watching. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and I will see you again in Azeroth.